Here's the sound of phrase 2 again, with both hands now. The first measure is simple. It's the same as phrase 1A and 1B. Here is the second group of 4 beats and the third group of 4 beats, which are different. Even though the music is written without bar lines, I think of it as being in 4/4 time signature. In the third measure of this phrase, we change to a different harmony for the first time in the piece. The right hand G won't harmonize well with the bass F, and Satie changes the harmony in the left hand to a C minor chord. Because the left hand span is only an octave, we can hold down the bass C for an entire 4 beats as notated, and could even play this measure without pedal. It can be very difficult to hold down one note while playing others and still keep that note held down as written. So take all the time you need and slow down on individual beats and avoid a steady beat until you get the hang of keeping your 5th finger down while still playing the chords above it. Take plenty of time after you let go of the first chord and after you let go of the second chord to make sure that your 5th finger is still holding the bass C down. You can experiment with playing other harmonies in order to keep using this technique of playing a bass note and then a chord above it that has the span of an octave. Because we used an F minor chord earlier in the piece, let's try this technique of holding the 5th finger while playing a chord on an F minor chord. This will be a place where it's advantageous to practice without the damper pedal, so you can make sure that you're able to hear whether you're keeping the 5th finger down or not. Whenever restriking the chords, you're allowed to let go of them at the last possible moment in order to let go of the key so you can push the keys down again for the second chord. The ending of the phrase is complex as written. If we're going to fulfill the notation accurately, then we're going to have to pay particular attention to notes that are being held, as well as clear pedaling and switching keys between the 2 hands. When playing this part, both hands are asked to play the F to the right of middle C. Because whenever 2 fingers play the same key, it's very awkward. It's essential to pick which hand is actually going to strike the key and which hand is not, even though on the paper it looks like both hands are going to be playing F. In order to maintain melodic evenness, I will always choose the melody hand as the hand that gets to play the key if both hands are written with the same note on the piano. So that means when you play this first chord, my left hand will only play the A flat and C and will not play the F, because the right hand's going to play the F instead. Because the left hand then has to play a chord, the right hand will have to let go of the F. However, because the melody note is notated on the score as a quarter note tied to a half note tied to a whole note, the F sound should be sustained as written, which means that after the left hand plays its second chord, the right hand should take over the F key so that the melody note of F is sustained correctly. So, to review, we have two hands, both notated with an F on the score, but only the melody hand actually playing it. Then we have the right hand needing to release that F so that the left hand can play its second chord. And then finally, we need to exchange that F and give it to the right hand so that whenever the left hand plays its low F again, the right hand key is still being held down and sustained as written. By practicing without pedal and without a steady beat, we can attend to all these many details. Here's the sound of phrase 2, complete.